mission. And it's the persistence and the endurance of getting a team of people to continue doing that. And perhaps sometimes, almost by default, you just win because that cumulative power
keep going,
comes together. Whereas most of the world, what do? They get bored, they give up, they get distracted, they change plans, the results didn't come soon enough, so they fade away. But I'll probably take some credit for some of the initial ideas that my co-founder and I put together. I think we recognized an industry-wide problem way back in 2003. As we initially saw how email had moved from being unimportant through to becoming pretty mission critical in the space of about 5 years. And then we saw, okay, hang on, more and more online technology is going to become more and more mission critical. So what happened particularly as email became so important is it also became very complex. Not what you experience as end users, because you've got an email client, you've got a mail server, and you think that that's it. But for the IT folks, they have to worry about protecting the data, long-term preservation of data. They have to think about legal issues, e-discovery issues. They have to think about infrastructure to provide security. How do you keep out spam and viruses? How do you keep out ransomware? How do you keep out spear phishing attacks from email? What about encryption? What about backup and disaster recovery? There's a lot of infrastructure. So we looked at that, and Neil and I, my co-founder, we thought, what if we could build one integrated suite, one-stop shop solution that delivered all of this? But what if we could build it using cloud technology? Could we service 1,000, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of organizations? So we're thrilled today that having started that process, we're now an organization which just last week celebrated 1,000 employees.
Awesome.
And we also, thank you. And we also servicing over 26,000 organizations on our platform.
What would you say are kind of your top key success factors that got you from the early stages to the amazing growing company that you have now?
So at any point, you're the product of an accumulation of all the actions that you took historically. And I think what so often differentiates great companies from companies that you remember once existed or you once worked at and don't seem to be around anymore is the persistent effort over time. So turning up every day, but persisting with something that is a big and worthwhile mission. And what I mean about turning up every day, it's moving the ball forward, understanding that you're going to have setbacks. There are going to be goals you have that you don't achieve. There are going to be targets that get missed. There are going to be disappointments. But did you move the ball forward today? Did you move the ball forward this week? And what does moving the ball forward actually mean? Maybe it means that you saw 2 great prospects. Maybe it means that you interviewed a talented candidate. Maybe it means that you developed a cool idea around a product and you wrote that down and you shared that with a couple of colleagues. It's all these small things, and it's recognizing that you turn up day in, day out in pursuit of a worthwhile mission, and it's the persistence and the endurance of getting a team of people to continue doing that. And perhaps sometimes, almost by default, you just win because that cumulative power
keep going
comes together. Whereas most of the world, what do? They get bored, they give up, they get distracted, they change plans, the results didn't come soon enough, so they fade away. But I don't know, we had nowhere else to go, nothing else to do. We plodded along, we kept going. Well, we believed that the mission was worthwhile and big. So we get to a point where it looks elite to people who haven't done it. To us, it just looks like we've got to keep going because there are many much bigger companies out there, and we're tiny in the broader scheme of things, but we're on the path.